curry same and potato in one. If you want to know how this has been made and you like how it's looking, keep watching. Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So I'm going to show you how to do simple curry same and aloo or potato in one. This is the same, it has already cleaned. The same comes like this, and you have to take a knife and take out the strings. There's like a thread or a string at the side. You have to take them out, and your same will be separated and your pods will be separated. Also, I have here my cut up tomatoes or tomatoes. I have onions, garlic, and I have hot pepper and pimento pepper. I have to cut up that, and I have to cut a piece from this. I'm not going to be using the whole pepper. And I have 2 potatoes that's been cubed and soaking in water. So let's move on to the stove and putting the simple same and aloo together. So in my hot pot, I'm going to be adding some oil. You don't need a lot of oil for this. So in goes my onions and garlic. Just have to saute up until a light golden brown before adding in our peppers and tomatoes. It's going to be a curry same and potato. So let that saute up. Next, my peppers will go in. You can make it how spicy you like. And my tomatoes will go in. Let that saute up for a bit. This dish you can make it without the curry or with the curry. Here I have 1 teaspoon of 1 tablespoon of curry powder, half teaspoon saffron, and a 1/3 teaspoon geera powder. In goes all of that. Give it a mix. Just for that curry and that saffron and that geera to infuse up that onion mix and water. I always have my water heated in my kettle so it will stay and keep that temperature from the pot. When you add regular tap water, it tends to bring down that temperature. So we're going to let this fry up a little bit, let that curry cook a little bit. Now that it has fried up and came to a thickish consistency or thickish paste, this is where we will add the rest of our ingredients. I will add half a teaspoon of salt. I always say flavor up your curry first, your basic or from the beginning, before adding the rest of the ingredients. I will add my potatoes. Give this a mix. And this is optional. I like to add a little fresh pigeon peas to the mix. It is optional. You can make it without the pigeon peas, but I just like to have a little extra. I like that pigeon peas, so I like to add it in any little thing I get an opportunity to add it in. As I said, it's not much. You can add how much you like. And lastly here, my sage. So we're going to give this a mix. Just to coat everything. This is going to be cooked in low heat for everything to cook together. When it starts to fry up, I will add a little bit of water at a time for that peas to cook. It's young peas, it's not like full peas. And I will add my other half a teaspoon of salt. So altogether, it's 1 teaspoon of salt in here. And we're going to let this cook, as I said, on low heat, so everything will cook together. And once it starts to dry out, I'm adding a little bit of water at a time. I'll show you that process. So we're going to cover this, and we're going to leave it. I'll show you the next step. So this is what it would look like. It will let out some liquid. And all you want to do is add little water at a time. Give it a mix again. Cover it and let it continue to keep cooking. And every time you keep turning it, you're going to add a little bit of water. Again, same amount, not too much. If you want it with a lot of sauce, well, then you can top up your whole dish with water and leave it to cook. But I don't want it too liquidy. I want it more on the dry side, so that's why I'm doing it this way. It's coming along nicely. The same has melted or wilted down. Has a nice color with that curry, and I want to show you guys something. Your potato is softened, it is cooked, and you're just going to let it, you can leave it to what consistency you want it. If you want it with a little gravy, you can leave it like this. If you want it with more gravy, then you can add more water. If you want it a little on the drier side, it all depends on what you'll be eating it with. You can let it dry down a little bit. But for me, this is good. I'm going to turn off that stove, because when it cools down, it tends to get a little on the thicker side. So this is what it would look like. This can go perfect with paratha roti or sada roti, even dal curry, Some prefer it with rice. It all depends on what you like to eat it with. And to check to see if that peas is cooked, just move aside the seam and press down the peas with the back of your spoon, and once it smashes, you will know it's good. And it's good for me, so I'm just gonna turn off my heat here, and that's it. Simple food, yet very delicious.